Right, we're at number 5, and this one's very important as well because this one is all about me and you. And what I'm doing is me sharing with you. And when we do this sharing with you, we're going to do it in 9 minutes. Right, so as well as the 9 minutes remaining on the control section is a car. And we're going to leave you to think about what is a real life example you're talking about with a car, okay? I'll come back to that. But at the same time, this is all important, but is it right for you? Well, do you know what? We're trying to, over 18 years, we've been in the industry trying to help people, to get people to understand properly before they make decisions. And this is what we're trying to do here. So you think your things through before you make decisions, and that's silver and that's gold. But we're in the bronze section first. So I'm going to share as much as we possibly can, and we're going to go further. But before we do, there was something on the pillar last time, which was a pig. And the question was, what is this pig, where's it from, what's it about? And it was all from a fable years ago, and that fable had a little rhyme in it. It was all about, little pig, let me come in. And the pig's answer was, not by the hair of my chinny chin. And the other reply to that was that I'm going to huff and I'm going to puff and I'm going to blow your house down. And that was a wolf facing the pigs, and the history was all about the 3 little pigs. And in history, all those things were important. The pig who had the best in security for his house, it's the one that survived. So what we're going to do in this video, we're going to do slightly different because it's in 2 parts. Part 1 is about sharing the experience that I've got. I'm going to do that in a second with you, but also part 2 is all about sharing me personally, okay? So what I'm going to do is actually start with part 1 because we're going to move into an area where I'm not using a board, I'm not using a pen, which is unusual, but I'm going to move into an area which is all about being in the head. It's how people think about things, why people think about things, and I'm going to see you over there, but we're going to be in the head, and I'll see you in a second. Now. And we're going to record in ready, in 3, 2, 1, start. Right, another subject now, something that's come up, and this is all about something I think is very important. I just want to take it further and understand it a bit better. And this is about safety and security. And this is all about safety and security, but for what? Well, it's all to do, I've heard, with financial stuff, which is money, yes, understand that, but also about health. And if everything didn't go according to plan and didn't quite work, are you still going to be safe and secure? So what I want to know is like what this is all about, because I've got policies, I've got bits from work, I've got money, and I'm there at a certain level of risk, but we want to know what's actually going to happen. I don't want a result that's bad. I want a result that can work, and I'm going to have to work through this a little bit more because I don't know it 100%. Not just that, I need to take it to a position with someone I can understand and explain it properly, because I know if I'm health, it could be I'm looked after a certain way, but how long does that last? It might be that it looks after me now, but I can't save for the future, and when I stop work I have no money at all, it's just looked after me. And that means also that I can't help the children. So I need to understand what that means. And even if it's not due to health, but it's to do with the money I've got. If I put my money somewhere and I'm taking reasonable risk, what if it all collapsed and went wrong? Just at the right time I wanted to use it. What am I going to do then? But I need to check this safety and security, and I can see why they're raising it as an important issue. Because I'm getting a bit angry about this. Even with the stuff I've got now, it might do something, but it doesn't do what I need it to do. And I need to find out what that is. Not just that, I want a result that gets me to a position that even when things go completely wrong, people can cope and carry on. And if I'm the person who's looking after the family at the minute, I need to make sure that it continues even if something went wrong with me. I'm not sure I'm too worried about it myself, for me, but I am worried about them. And I've got people talking to me about things like this, saying, do you not understand this? Do you not understand that? And I want to make sure I do. and I'm getting to a point as I'm getting older, maybe this is more likely to happen, and I can't have this, I can't just restart again and do it again because I'm getting older and I want to make sure that the results are done the right way. So I don't need to do anything yet, I just need to understand it in the right way, and this is what I want to do because I find things boring, but protecting people is important for me. Right, so we're back in the main bit, out of the dark, because that's in the head, and we're trying to get the message across there that that is what people think, and a lot of people think that way because everybody's different. So what we're going to try and do next is something different as well, and that's in part 2. And part 2 is all about me. And what happened to me with my event, and I did a bit of planning for it, but it didn't expect this to happen. No way did I expect this to happen. But what happened on New Year's Eve a few years ago was I got sent to hospital because I couldn't think straight. And I found out from various scans, the doctor came to me and said, there's something in your head, Paul. It's a tumour, and it's we have to deal with it. And I found out that it was actually a brain tumour, and that had to have an operation on it to have the brain tumour removed. And when they did the operation and removed it, I was then told that the tumour's been removed, and I was thinking, thank God, but no, the cancer is still there. We have to try and treat, and it might just be that we can treat properly, but you might have a year, 18 months left. And I found out there was a very important thing. It's a very important brain cancer, and it's very difficult to deal with. And this was a brain cancer called glioblastoma multiforme grade 4. This then meant it's a very intensive start to try and make things work. I had to go through the position of having a cage on my face and being pinned down. I went through radiotherapy that went on for a long time, and so did the chemotherapy, and it was a process to try and get it to work. But because I had some kind of plan in place, I was able to do other things, and this was called something called immunotherapy. And after an 18-month treatment, it came to a position which actually was in a remission. Now, as in within the remission, it was also, if I'd ignored this planning event and happening, I would have not been able to do what I wanted to do. But I did have a planning event, but even me, I didn't do it as well as I thought I should have done. And I wouldn't believe it. I worked for 18 years and I only had 1 or 2 days off ill ever in all that time, and this just hit me like a hammer. So why did this happen then? We don't know, and how it affects me and my family is something to consider, because even though I could deal with it and I could handle it in my head, the people and the persons upset the most was them. And it's difficult to deal with, but what we're going to do is me sharing that position with you. As even a chartered planner who does it a lot, things can happen to him even though I believed it never could. So if you're not planning that way, you're going to do something slightly different. It's all like the position of you're going to gamble, and you're going to hopefully roll the dice and see if you don't get what this could be. And even if you're going to do something like that, it can also be down to the fact that if you gamble with your safety, you could be betting with your life. So what we're going to do is we're going to now take number 5 and also follow it with a big green tick and take 5 to score it. And if you're going to score 5, you're going to do it as red. Now red could be still, I'm not sure about this, I need to just double check and come back to it. Amber, and amber could be, well, you know, I need to think about this a bit more before I want to carry on. But also you can give it a green, and giving it a green is, Paul, I'm getting the message across. This is a very important thing, right? So I'm going to see you soon, and these have been different, but I will see you again soon.